Hey, good morning to all my brothers out there. This is Brother Parker here with the Kingdom in Action Family Podcast. And this is my thought of the day. I just got finished watching, I was doing my morning routine and I get to clicking through a few clips. I was on Instagram, I think. Anyway, there was a clip of a little puppy dog caught on the highway. It looked like it was in California. It's an 8-lane highway. We're talking about traffic is zooming by probably at 100 miles an hour. And this poor little Chihuahua dog is running down the highway. Now, at this point, he is so scared that all he knows to do is just keep running. And the people are trying to corral him. They're stopping on the interstate, have stopped traffic now. And people are trying to help this dog. And it just made me realize that my thought of the day is, where is our compassion? Where is our compassion for human beings? Where is our compassion for one another? So that's my thought when I saw this. Where is our compassion for one another? Because these strangers, these people, I mean, they was getting out their car. He ended up, one car stopped. The dog went up under the car, and the man's going up under the car to get the dog. And people are saying, "Oh, good job," and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, if that had been a human being, another person running down that highway, you would have gotten blowing the horn, probably trying to hit the person, the cursing, putting the middle finger. There would have maybe one or two probably would have tried to stop and see what is wrong. But for the most part, if a human being would have been running down the road for whatever reason and just running into traffic and causing everybody to stop and put on brakes, and I don't think the reaction, I know for a fact the reaction would have been different. But this poor little defensive dog, and don't get me wrong, I am a dog lover. I love dogs. I've owned dogs. I love dogs. Great companions. So this isn't really about the dog. It's about the fact that how we treat one another and how we value one another. Because again, these people are like, I mean, this is a interstate. This is 8 lanes of traffic. And these people are putting their life in harm's way because you never know who's back there in the back that's impatient. It's like I'm not waiting around for this dog and decides to just pull out and continue to drive on and end up hitting somebody. These people are putting their life in harm's way for this little Chihuahua dog. But do we do that for our own fellow human beings, our own people? Do we show that kind of compassion? Just something to think about, because if we show that kind of compassion toward our fellow human beings as they showed toward this dog in this little video clip, what a better world we would be. If you agree, please share this with other people that they will hear. Leave a review, leave a comment, share, like, do whatever you need to do to make this podcast go out, because that's a great question. That our compassion for dogs and cats and all these other animals is way up there on the chain, boy. We'll go above and beyond to save the whales, but our own people are on the street, homeless, suffering. We show no compassion. Walk right over them. Seen people do it. Walk right over them. Walk by them. Not even acknowledging them. Our own fellow human beings. But yet we show compassion for dogs, cats, and all these other things. Like, I don't understand it. Our values are twisted. But God's word will change you. God's word will give you that compassion. In fact, Let me read two passages real quick because this one is in Psalms 86, verse 15. But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. How many of you can say that about yourself? Just a question. Think about it. And this one's from Lamentations. Lamentations 3, verses 22 and 23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. His mercies are renewed every day because he loves us and he has compassion for us. So what are we doing? Brothers, what are we doing? Are we showing compassion for our fellow man as God shows us? God gives us grace and mercy. They renew every morning. Is our grace and mercy renewed every morning for our fellow brothers and sisters out there? Just something to think about. And I have to tell myself, and I've gotten better, especially when it comes to patience. I used to be very, very impatient. But I've come to realize, you know what? And I'm being, I was being impatient with people that were going through the same thing I was going through. Ain't that something? What a hypocrite I was. I having no patience for this person, especially in traffic, when I've been in traffic and done things that it wasn't intentional. I was trying to find something or doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing. Whatever the case is, there were people behind me blowing the horn and having a fit. And I've done the same thing, not realizing that I'm a hypocrite. And so I've learned to have compassion and patience for my fellow human beings because I don't know what they're going through. You know what? I don't. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what their day has been like. I don't know what they've experienced. I don't know if they're taking care of a sick parent, sick child. People have things that go on in their lives day in and day out that they deal with on a regular basis, but yet muster up the strength to get out here and still go to work and still deal with the public and do all these things. And sometimes it can become overwhelming. And sometimes it can just overtake them. Where's our compassion? Where's our compassion for our fellow human being that we can say that, I understand. What is it I can do to help? What is it I can do to help other than get mad and curse at them and yell at them and throw things or want to beat them up or something stupid? Where's our compassion to say, hey, how can I help you today? That's what we're here for, brothers. We're here to serve. We supposed to be leading the way. We supposed to be showing people this is what you supposed to be doing. You supposed to be serving. So instead of getting mad and upset, just like these people jumped out their cars to save this puppy dog, why don't we jump out our cars to save our fellow human beings? We can do it. We can start right there in your neighborhood. Start right there in your workplace. You can start anywhere. That'd be no grand scale. But just show compassion. No, say to yourself every day that I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do my best to show compassion toward my fellow human being. That's my question for today. Where is our compassionate for one another? Where is our compassion for one another? It's sad because that's why the world is in such turmoil today, because we have no compassion for one another. We rather step over, step on, step through, push aside, and to get to where we're trying to get to. Where is our compassion for one another? Something to think about. Work on it, because I'm working on it, still working on it. I have my moments. Like I said, everybody goes through stuff, and some days you get overwhelmed, and sometimes you forget to think like Jesus would. But we should all strive to think like Jesus in all that we do, no matter how rough it gets. Think like Jesus. Have compassion for one another. Don't be quick to anger. Don't be quick to judge, because we've all fallen short. I don't know their story. Maybe I need to find out about their story, and then maybe I can help once I find out what their story is. But I won't never find out their story if I push them aside, ignore them, walk over them. Show compassion for your fellow man, and you'll be surprised what'll turn this world around and stop a lot of this foolishness. That's just my thought. That's my thought of the day. Where is our compassion for one another? Think about it. Anyway, if you agree, disagree, hey, leave a review. If you agree, share this. Share this with someone. Pass it on. Let this thing spread through the world like everything else. Because if I was talking about some foolishness, it would spread like wildfire. If I was talking about somebody, some famous person, and giving critique and criticism and comments about them, but something that's going to help America, something that's going to help us as individuals, it doesn't get any traction. But you can change that today. Show me some compassion and share this and make it go all over the place, because it's going to take Jesus' compassion to fix what's going on, because he's coming back and he's coming to make things right. So maybe in the meantime we can fix some stuff until his return. Anyway, this is Brother Parker, the Kingdom in Action podcast. I love you, men. Make sure you're getting your checkups, your yearly checkups, and if something's going on, please go get it checked out. And that's what you need to do so you can fight for another day. I love you and appreciate you. And again, like, share, leave a review. If you agree, share this podcast. And until the next time, this is Brother Parker with the Kingdom in Action podcast. And as always, God bless.